Boehner, Speaker of the House, was on 60 Minutes yesterday. Like you, I didn't watch it. Why would I? But in any event, Mr. Producer grabbed a few clips. What is it that Johnny Boehner's interested in doing? Cut one, go.
You know, the president could have, at the State of the Union, just put out an olive branch. Could have taken just a little bit different tone that would have indicated to us that there's some interest in working with us. I can tell you, we're interested in working with him.
How foolish is this guy? Obama is a bulldozer plowing over this guy. He keeps, I'm interested in working with you. I'm interested in... He's not interested in working with you. Wake the hell up. Act like a man. Linguini spine. What is it that he doesn't like to be called, Mr. Producer? I'm trying to remember so I can call him it. Squish? Spineless? But he's a tough guy when it comes to the Tea Party. Now, we conservatives, we don't run anything. We don't run a damn thing. We're on the outside looking in. We don't run the Senate, the House, or the White House. We don't have any cabinet secretaries, nothing. But we're the enemy. Not Obama, who's trouncing everything in his way, including this genius. You see, you earn cred with the lib media, with big media, when you trash conservatives. And so here we go. I warned you, Friday. Johnny Boehner, who you installed as Speaker, not directly, but you gave the Republicans the House in November 2010. You increased their numbers last November. And I guess Boehner thinks it just happened because he's so great. Cut two, go.
Mr. Speaker, can you bring the Tea Party in line?
Stop. What kind of a question is that from a phony journalist? Can you bring the Tea Party in line? Does he ever ask Pelosi or Reid, can you bring your liberal kook fringe wing in line? No, because Scott Pelley is part of the liberal kook fringe wing. Go.
Tea Party groups that hold fundraisers under the heading of Let's Fire the Speaker. They don't think you're very conservative.
Stop. Oh, my goodness. They hold fundraisers? Why? They want to raise money to do what? To build an infrastructure? To hire staff? To pay executives? To lobby against Boehner and what he's doing? To participate in the political process? What, only the Republican Party can do that, huh? Well, let's hear what John had to say. Go ahead.
My voting record is as conservative as anybody here.
Stop. Your voting record's irrelevant as Speaker. Did you know that, folks? In most cases, he doesn't vote as Speaker. That's the tradition. My voting record. We're talking about your record as Speaker. It sucks. Go ahead.
The issue with the Tea Party isn't one of strategy. It's not.
Stop.
One of...
Yes, it's one of strategy, tactics, principle, substance. You name it, Johnny. Go.
Different vision. It's a disagreement over tactics from time to time. Frankly, a lot of it being driven by national groups here in Washington who raise money just beating the dickens out of me.
Well, let's stop right there. So the national groups that raise money in Washington, with the U.S. Chamber of Crony Capitalism, millionaires and billionaires writing checks left and right, who go into Mississippi and lie about the conservative running, Chris McDaniel in that case, who go into Kansas and lie about the conservative running, Milt Wolf in that case, and I can go all over the country with this. That's okay. But when conservatives and Tea Party want to defend themselves, that's not okay. Oh, they're raising money. Well, I guess they shouldn't raise it in Washington. I guess everybody should move to Newark, New Jersey, like Johnny does, right? Or Omaha, Nebraska. That's where Johnny's operations are. Isn't that where the Republican National Committee is? The National Republican Senatorial Committee, the National this and that, Republican this and that. They're all inside the Beltway. They're all in Washington, D.C. But we have Washington groups also raising money to take them on. Oh, can't do that. And they're outspent 50-1. Sounds like a liberal, doesn't he? But Scott Pelley wants to keep using Boehner. Sees he's got him by the hook, and they both have a common enemy, the left and the phony Republican. They have a common enemy, and that's you. Go.
Conservative groups raising money, beating the dickens out of you.
Well, because it works. They raise money and put it in their pocket and pay themselves big salaries.
Oh, there you go. There you go. There you go. How much does Priebus get paid? Do we know? Yeah, let's find it. Call over there and ask them how much he gets. I'm just curious. How much does the speaker get paid? 200,000, 220, something like that? I don't know. But even more than that, how much do all these consultants and lobbyists get paid? I'll bet it's enormous. But the difference is the conservatives, the Tea Party, they don't get paid through taxpayer money confiscated by hardworking Americans. And they're not parasites or barnacles hanging on to the bottom of big government. Is he done or is there more? Go ahead.
How many Republican parties are there?
Well, there's one. And we continue to work to bring those members along and bring them along. And
that's enough. I can't take it anymore. But don't worry, he's got a conservative voting record. Oh, yes. Well, Johnny, you're responsible in the last 3 going on 4 years now, for assisting Obama in spending the greatest amount of money in human history. Oh, but I got to look at a conservative voting record. No, you don't. Not as speaker. And then he wants you to look at the Tea Party groups and why they're beating the dickens. What he's saying is all of you out there who reject what Boehner's done, who want somebody to stand up and fight for the Constitution, the rule of law, for the election results last election. Well, he doesn't want to talk about you. He wants to talk about the groups, because the only reason you call them and complain and email them and complain and go on social media and complain, the only reason you lobby them and pressure them to do the right thing is because of these groups, these groups. The disdain that they have for conservatism and conservatives. And then he goes on 60 Minutes and spews this crap. And now we know where all these leaks came to Politico about these Tea Party groups from Boehner and his operatives. Now, he doesn't fight Obama this way. He doesn't fight Pelosi this way. He doesn't fight the Democrats this way. Just us, we conservatives. Fights us this way. I thought you'd want to hear about your great leader, Johnny Boehner.